Hello and welcome to Liverpool Report. This is your home for all the latest Liverpool news, match updates, transfer stories, and in-depth analysis. Stay connected and never miss a moment. Subscribe now to stay ahead with everything happening at Anfield. The Premier League title is all but secured. Now Liverpool look to ensure they remain in the hunt for another Champions League with tonight's round of 16 second leg versus Paris Saint-Germain at Anfield, while the Carabao Cup final against Newcastle United follows on Sunday. And captain Virgil Van Dijk has made it clear that PSG, whom the Reds were fortunate to defeat 1-0 in the French capital last week, could put up an even greater challenge as they look to overturn their deficit. But there is some positive news on the injury front for Arneslot, with Cody Gakpo back in training after an ankle injury. While off the pitch, the club have announced a £300 million kit deal with Adidas that features a twist. Here are the big stories from Anfield early in a huge week for Liverpool. The Netherlands forward has not started any of the past 6 games since the dramatic 2-2 derby draw against Everton at Goodison Park, and is recovering from an ankle injury. But his potential availability comes as a huge boost to Arneslot, as the Reds looks to protect a hard-earned 1-0 lead from last week's initial meeting before facing Newcastle United in Sunday's Carabao Cup final at Wembley. PSG threatened Liverpool more than any other opponent this season, with goalkeeper Alisson Becker producing what he described as the best performance of his career. Virgil van Dijk has warned Paris Saint-Germain could be even more dangerous now they're chasing a lead against Liverpool. The Reds head into the second leg of the Champions League last 16 tie with a 1-goal advantage after Harveyelliott's late winner in Paris last week. That came after Liverpool keeper Alisson made 9 saves as PSG dominated the game for almost 90 minutes but couldn't score. Van Dijk admits the Reds must be wary of the hurting PSG side coming to Anfield. He said, "I think they are an outstanding team. A fantastic team. You can see the work rate they put in. We obviously had a debrief after the game about it, and you could see them, if they lost the ball, pressing all of them together and running all together." Liverpool have agreed a £300 million kit deal with Adidas, but the Premier League champions in waiting will wear their current Nike strip for much of this summer's pre-season. That is because their Adidas deal does not kick in until August 1st, meaning Arneslot's charges will not be unveiling their new strips as they toast what is beginning to feel like an inevitable title win. It has become the norm for clubs to debut their new kits at the end of the preceding season, normally in their final home game. But Nike will continue to have their swoosh in all the celebration images plus the club's pre-season tour this summer. The Nike deal was worth £30 million, plus 20% of merchandise sales, which is worth an additional £30 million. But the Adidas deal has been described as a significant increase. Darwin Nunes is staying grounded despite Liverpool's significant lead over Arsenal in the Premier League title race, acknowledging there's still a long road ahead. The forward scored his first league goal at Anfield since netting against Aston Villa in November in the Reds' 3-1 triumph over Southampton on Saturday. Despite falling behind to the Saints in the first half, Arneslot's squad turned the tide after the interval, with the 25-year-old netting the equaliser before earning a penalty minutes later for Mohamed Salah to slot home. The winger bagged his second penalty of the match towards the end to extend Liverpool's lead over the North London club to 16 points, which was reduced to 15 following Arsenal's 1-1 draw with Manchester United on Sunday. While Nunes has had a challenging season, scoring just 7 goals across all competitions, he made a significant impact against the Saints, and stated that despite his team's substantial lead with only 10 games remaining, the title race is far from over. Speaking to TNT Sports Mech's post-match, Liverpool's number 9 resisted declaring victory in the league and urged his teammates to maintain their momentum. "We need to keep going. This isn't over yet," Nunes said. "There are many matches ahead. And we all know the Premier League is very difficult, but we have to keep working. Despite only starting 8 league matches this season, the Uruguayan striker has developed a strong rapport with Salah since signing for the club in 2022. After Salah's double put him on par with Sergio Aguero with 184 Premier League goals, Nunes praised the 32-year-old's leadership qualities. He has an incredible mentality, he said about Salah. When you arrive at the club, you see him there before everyone else, working hard. He has an incredible mentality, and I always try to watch and learn from him, reports the Liverpool Echo. He is an example for many. Sometimes we joke with him. I tell him he doesn't give me a good pass, and we laugh about it in the dressing room. But he's an incredible person, and, well, I don't need to say anything about what kind of player he is, because everyone already knows his great quality. Salah returned the compliments regarding his teammate as he said, "He is a very important player for us," the winger stated. "I'm always there talking to him. He is very important. We need him." And you saw him also in the last game against PSG. He was very important when he came in, making a difference. Liverpool's next Premier League fixture isn't until April 2nd, when they welcome Everton in the last Merseyside derby of the season. In the meantime, they'll host PSG in their Champions League round of 16 second leg on Tuesday, followed by a clash with Newcastle in the EFL Cup final on Sunday. Liverpool have agreed a £300 million kit deal with Adidas, but the Premier League champions in waiting will wear their current Nike strip for much of this summer's pre-season. That is because their Adidas deal does not kick in until August 1st, meaning Arneslot's charges will not be unveiling their new strips as they toast what is beginning to feel like an inevitable title win. It has become the norm for clubs to debut their new kits at the end of the preceding season, normally in their final home game. But Nike will continue to have their swoosh in all the celebration images, plus the club's pre-season tour this summer. The Nike deal was worth £30 million plus 20% of merchandise sales, which is worth an additional £30 million. But the Adidas deal has been described as a significant increase. It is third time in the club's history that they will wear the 3 stripes, and a number of images claiming to be leaks of next season's strips have already made their way online. And Billy Hogan, Chief Executive Officer at Liverpool, said, "Everyone at the club is incredibly excited to welcome Adidas back into the LFC family. We have enjoyed fantastic success together in the past and created some of the most iconic LFC kits of all time. Adidas and Liverpool share an ambition of success, and we couldn't be more excited to partner together again as we look forward to creating more incredible kits to help drive on-pitch performance. We'd like to thank Nike for their support over the last 5 years and wish them well for the future." Meanwhile, Bjorn Gulden, Chief Executive Officer at Adidas, added, "We are extremely excited that Adidas and Liverpool Football Club are teaming up once again. The club is one of the biggest and most iconic names in world football with a huge fan base. The jerseys worn during previous partnerships are some of the greatest ever created. We are honored to once again provide the players with cutting-edge technology to perform at the highest level and are looking forward to creating more classics for the fans."